Hello fam, you're welcome to my channel, and it's a great day for a great tutorial. So buckle up in your seat, grab some popcorn, put on your dark shade, and let's sail through the show. And please, you can donate and subscribe to support this channel, and it's free to like this video, so consider dropping a penny of like so that we can feed the algorithm to help this channel grow. So without much ado, let's jump into the video for today. Okay, so the question for our video today is, what is Blender? Okay, Blender is used for modeling, rigging, animation, sculpting, video editing, video compositing, simulation, texturing. Wait, let's pause for a minute. Let's rewind the video. So Blender is a 3D software that can be used for various artistic purposes. It can be used for modeling, rigging, animation, sculpting, texturing, simulation, compositing, and video editing. Blender is a free and open source 3D software that was released in 1994 by the Dutch art director and self-taught software developer Don Roosendaal. In the year 2002, Blender was released under the terms of the GNU GPL license, which means not only will Blender be free, but all of its source code will remain free forever and can be used for any purpose whatsoever. Great news, huh? But no intention to spoil the excitement here. But a totally free software, is it really worth the try? Well, let's look a bit into it. Since the Blender version 2.5 was released in 2009, there have been major upgrades to the software, ranging from its modeling, rigging, animation, and simulation tools to the integration of source codes and compatibility. Earlier versions like 2.5 to 2.7 had great tools for artists to create amazing projects, but were lagging behind in functionality, reliability, and ease of use. The simulation tools, for instance, were quite underdeveloped for complicated tasks and were really daunting to use in the software, so many artists opted for a much more developed and efficient software for their projects. Blender wasn't really a darling for professional artists, since it was seen just like a learning and hobbies kind of beginner software compared to its expensive 3D counterparts. It was regarded as a tool still under development and considered quite a hard software to learn and grasp the concept, especially as a beginner. But since the release of Blender version 2.8 in 2019, the software has become one of the most powerful softwares in the production industry, and even gained the attention of many professionals and beginners as such. Even though with a very wide range of production set tools and the significant upgrade and progression of the open source software, Blender is yet to be coined as an industry standard for large production companies and studios, compared to its other 3D counterparts like Maya, 3ds Max, Cinema 4D, ZBrush, Houdini, Nuke, and Substance Painter. Although these softwares come at an expensive price, they are actually preferred by many professionals and big studios for high budget productions. This is because Blender can be better termed as a jack of all trades but a master of none, whilst these other softwares have a very stable and efficient tools reliable for specific functions. Let's look a bit at these softwares and their specific field of strengths and functionality. In the field of modeling, rigging, and animation, Autodesk Maya is the most preferred software used by many big studios and professionals because it has one of the best animation tools in the 3D industry. Its tools like the graph editor and timeline are made to be very intuitive and simple to create and edit animations, and it is very well known in the gaming and film industry. Cinema 4D has actually been the favorite for professionals when it comes to creating dazzling, sophisticated and appealing 3D motion effects. It's fast, powerful, flexible and stable toolset makes 3D workflows more accessible and efficient for motion design and graphics. Pixologic ZBrush has been the main go-to software for industries when it comes to 3D sculpting. ZBrush is better suited for modeling intricate details and has a large and advanced toolset that makes it easier to handle a very high number of polygons. Houdini is the industry software for creating advanced simulation in high-budget productions. This software excels at creating physically based effects such as distraction, smoke, fire, and fluid simulations. It has advanced tools to give artists absolute control over every aspect of the scene at any given point in time. Foundry Nuke is the most popular software amongst professionals when it comes to compositing and visual effects. It is actually a node-based software and gives the artist absolute control with its workflow and node-based system. Substance Painter is purposely used for 3D texturing and creating custom materials for your 3D models. With its wide range of texturing capability and intuitive UV mapping tools, it makes the tool a more preferred software for texture painting and UV mapping. Although Blender has not yet been fully accepted mainly as an industry guru and still put in the place of the underdogs, Blender is actually giving its counterparts a run for their money, considering the impressive improvements Blender has achieved with the latest releases. With the integration with geometry nodes in the release version of the 3.0, which is a very impressive tool for creating outstanding motion graphics and creating large saturated environment scenes that can be controlled and easily customized entirely within the Blender node system. It also has a 2D animation tab which uses grease, pencil and other modifiers to create great 2D animation projects. Blender also has improved its sculpting tools for more detail and efficiency, improved its fluid and smoke simulations with features like Manta Flow, and also improved its cloth and particle simulations. Blender also has a very great and stable Cycles render engine which is used for realistic rendering, and also has a real-time EV render engine which is faster and budget friendly. So now, with all these considerations and comparisons with other expensive 3D softwares, Blender will still be my number one recommendation to any artist who wants to venture into the 3D arts and production, considering the fact that it's a free software and suits any budget, yet it has a very powerful toolset for any 3D artist to create a complete and impressive project. And to spice it up with the fact that it is gaining a very significant attraction from industry professionals and general hobbyist 3D artists around the world, and actually now the industry standard for previs, which is pre-visualization. Yeah, and also Blender has a very broad community, considerably the largest, and artists which make it easier to learn and be on track with the software, especially as a beginner. And you can also follow great artists with great tutorials on YouTube, such as Blender Guru, who I think has the largest audience in the field with his comprehensive and very educative beginner tutorials, and of course his popular Donut Sim beginner tutorial series. There are also great Blender artists out there like CG Geek, CG Cookie, Grant Abyss for beginner tutorials, Daki 3D for sci-fi environmental creation, Deco for skate cars tutorials, Speedchat for learning more about sculpting in Blender, and many other great and amazing Blender artists. Also, the Blender Foundation has done a really great job in producing open movies for certain release versions to test the upgraded tools in the software. And Blender has also made a significant milestone to have a Netflix full-feature animated movie entirely created using Blender 3D software, which is next gen. It has also found its way into amazing production houses such as Barnstorm VFX. This studio utilizes Blender as its major production software and have created amazing and outstanding projects such as The Man in the High Castle that has featured on the Amazon Prime series. So as we all now know, Blender is a very powerful and free open source 3D software for artists, and we hope for the continuous advancement of this tool till it's widely recognized by big industries and professionals. For as the founder himself said, Blender shouldn't go to Hollywood, but Hollywood should come from Blender. And if you like this video and would love to see more content on this channel, please you can donate and subscribe to this channel, and it's free to like this video. So consider dropping a penny of like so that we can feed the algorithm and help this channel grow. I wish you all the best and I hope you have a great day. Happy blending.